Hey, the gang's all here. In this training, you'll learn how to build credibility with who you naturally are and what you naturally do well, without having to get any more degrees, certifications, or experience. This falls into step 5 of the product sales sequence, should I buy? Because your credibility can help justify the sale and lead someone to feel confident putting their trust in you. As I mentioned in our last training, most people make the mistake of thinking that credibility comes from their expertise, awards, and accomplishments. They often use this as an excuse to keep learning, studying, and preparing. They feel like they need to know more in order to create a product. That's resume credibility. And resume credibility is valuable, but as you've seen, it's not the only form of credibility there is.
Who are you?
My name is Andy Sachs. I recently graduated from Northwestern University.
And what are you doing here?
Well, I think I could do a good job as your assistant.
In the last training, you saw how your product origin story provides huge credibility by demonstrating both your expertise and your humanity. In this training, you'll discover that there are 5 distinct types of credibility that you can leverage to build credibility with your audience by connecting what you have to give with what your tribe wants to receive, even if you're new to business. The awesome thing about this is that you don't need all 5 types of credibility. You only need to identify strengths in 2 to 3 types of credibility to powerfully demonstrate your background, gifts, and expertise in a way that creates massive trust and credibility. So the 5 main types of credibility are results, relationships, personal qualities, physical attributes, and lifestyle choices. Let's dig into each of these 5 types of credibility so you can choose the 2 to 3 areas that best support your background and your experienced product. One of the core deficiency needs that Maslow defined is the need for esteem. People respect the accomplishments you've had in the area of results, relationships, personal qualities, physical attributes, and lifestyle choices. If you've ever thought that you don't have any real accomplishments, rest assured that you do. If you have a pulse, you've done something in your life in one or more of these 5 areas that may not seem impressive to you, but is surely impressive to someone else. And you're going to find those credibility points in this training. This isn't about bragging. The goal here is to find areas of competence and to share those areas with others in a way that's grounded in specific real-world evidence. So you're not just telling people about your accomplishments, you're showing them what you've done in a way they can connect with. The first type of credibility is what almost everybody leads with, and that is the specific results that you've gotten for yourself and others. This area is the biggest credibility booster and one that I recommend including in your 2 to 3 types if you can. So here are some examples of results. Getting an Amazon or a New York Times bestseller, or even better, helping a specific number of people launch their books to the top of the bestseller list. Building your own 6, 7, or 8-figure business, or even better, helping a specific number of people take their business from 6 to 7 figures, or from 7 to 8 figures. Curing yourself of a chronic illness like allergies or back pain, or even better, helping a measurable number of people find the same relief. Finding your inner calm or your peace through meditation, or even better, helping hundreds or even thousands of people get over their resistance to meditation and actually make it a daily practice. Notice how everything I've listed here are real results that people actually want. It's not about listing every single accomplishment that you've ever had, but choosing the accomplishments that are relevant to the results that you help your audience get in their lives. For each of the 5 types of credibility, and remember, you don't need all 5, you just need 2 to 3, I'm going to share specific examples from well-known entrepreneurs. Please don't compare yourself to them, it's not helpful. They may be a few steps further down the path than you, and as they say, don't compare your insides to someone else's outsides. I'm giving you these examples to illustrate how to turn your credibility points into a marketing message that you can use in emails, web pages, and webinars to support your experienced product. I'm not using these examples to suggest that you need a comparable level of experience and results. I'm using them because they're good examples of the points that I'm making here. So here's a great example of a results-based statement from Suzanne Evans. Now you can also find these examples in the worksheets for today's session. Suzanne Evans has become the tell-it-like-it-is, no-fluff boss of business building. As owner and founder of Suzanne Evans Coaching, LLC, she went from secretary to surpassing the 7-figure mark in just over 3 years. Today, she supports, coaches, and teaches over 30,000 women enrolled in her wealth and business building programs. Notice how Suzanne demonstrates the results that she got in her own life by sharing who she was before she started her business as secretary and how fast she made the transformation. 3 years. I call this the before and after structure, and it's the most powerful way to demonstrate credibility. Whether you're using your own life experience or you're sharing testimonials from your customers to create social proof. Social proof is a human tendency to consider the behavior of others when making your own choices. So if you walk past an empty restaurant, you're not likely to go in because that restaurant has no social proof. But if you walk by a restaurant that's totally hopping with a line out the front, you think to yourself, it must be good. Robert Cialdini defines social proof as the tendency to see an action as more appropriate when others are doing it, and says that social proof has the most influence when you're uncertain about what to do. In other words, social proof is most influential when you're in the I don't know stage of considering a product investment. And I'll share several specific ways to generate social proof in just a moment. The before and after structure demonstrates transformation and gives your successes a context that makes them way more powerful than hearing the numbers or accomplishments on their own. I want you to notice something in Suzanne's statement. She's incredibly specific about the number of people she's served, the amount of money she's made, and how long it took her to get to that income level. The more specific you are about the results you've achieved, the more believable they become. Everything Suzanne says about herself is substantiated. She shows and tells at the same time. So you come away with a real sense that this woman knows what she's doing, and if you're a woman looking to start a business fast, you're going to be interested if you resonate with Suzanne's no fluff style. The most commonly used credibility boosters in this area include college degrees, awards, books you've written, programs you've created, words or concepts you've coined. For example, I've coined the term experience products in the most powerful results-based credibility of them all, which is social proof. And the best kinds of social proof include client testimonials or results that you've gotten for other people, whether they paid you or not, ratings and reviews, endorsements from celebrities or influencers, client lists, subscriber counts, social media followings, social shares on your content, press appearances demonstrated through media logos, professional credentials, or certifications that are demonstrated through badges. Now, even if you're creating a brand new product, you can borrow social proof from other things that you've done in the past until you build testimonials for your new product. Now, I did that the first time we launched EPM, and we still did a $750,000 launch. I've compiled a list of questions in your workbook that you can ask yourself to uncover specific results that may support your experience product and give you credibility and social proof with your potential customers. Now, I'm going to read these aloud here, and then I invite you to pause the video when I'm done and answer the questions that you can. Don't worry about answering questions that don't relate to you right now. This exercise is not about beating yourself up for the things you haven't achieved. It's about honoring and recognizing the things that you have done. So, where did you go to school? Who did you study with? What trainings, certifications, and accreditations do you have? What jobs, positions, or titles have you held? Have you been featured in the press? Have you written a book or launched a successful program? Was it a bestseller? Do you have high ratings or reviews? Have you coined any terms or invented any concepts or frameworks that are now being used? Were you the first person to do or discover something? Who are your clients? Who do you work with? Or simply who do you know who is willing to endorse you? What specific results have you gotten for other people? How many people have you helped? How many customers do you have? How big is your following? What testimonials do you have from clients or partners? Do you have a lot of web traffic or huge engagement on your blog or social media? And of course, in the business building industry, how much money have you made? Chances are that you have something to share in at least one of these areas. I recommend including at least one piece of results-based credibility in your product messaging to support the mission that you're helping people accomplish through your product. If possible, I also recommend including a testimonial or client case study that demonstrates the results that you've gotten with a past customer, client, student, or even friend to provide powerful social proof for future customers. I also recommend using the before and after structure for your testimonials. Here's a simple before and after testimonial format that you can ask your customers to use. I was having whatever problem or challenge they were having. I wasn't sure what to do, so you want to establish the pain and frustration here. I joined name of program, and here's the new thing you learned, realized, or discovered. Whatever you did, and the specific result that you got from doing that thing. So the goal is to paint a before and after picture that shows your customer's story of transformation. Ideally, this picture includes their biggest external result or shift with specific metrics, data, or examples if possible, and or their biggest internal result or shift demonstrated through a specific example as well. Not just what they did, but how they felt about what they did. Not just what they accomplished, but the impact that these changes had on their life, their business, their health, their relationship. Now let me give you an example of a great testimonial that incorporates all of these things from my mentorship student, Lynn Olivari. I was stuck, immobilized really. I had lost interest in my 18-year-old business. I was barely hanging on. When I heard Marisa's message about creating a business that you love, a business that expresses who you really are, my subconscious mind screamed yes. I wholeheartedly committed to her year-long program. The day I signed up, I was desperate and afraid. This business is our retirement plan. I have to fix it. On the plane home, I knew if I had not signed up, then nothing would have gotten done. I'm so grateful to Marisa for the commitment she's allowed me to make. In the past, I have always been a quick fix sort of gal. I want the one thing that will change everything overnight. I'm always wanting the magic pill. We all know that sort of change never sticks. My big goal for the year became improving authentic leadership. Rather than just adding bells and whistles to my website, I set to improve how I interacted in my business and personal life. The good news is by the end of the 12 months, I can say that this program did change everything. But it wasn't overnight. It was a deeper, lasting change. Without the commitment of a full year, I never would have gotten to the things I discovered. These were breakthroughs born of personal transformation. Thinking hard about the topic would not have gotten me to the place this path took me. In the past year, I have created benefits I didn't even know were possible. I came in knowing I wanted something new, different. I was ready to throw away 19 years of established business in a grab for something that reignited my passion. Marisa guided me in fixing my old business and stabilizing my cash flow. Not only did it stabilize year to date, my discount allinclusive.com business is up 65% over last year. Since that breakthrough, I've created a beautiful new business line. Transformational Travel has just launched with its inaugural event in February 2016 and came in with a 98% excellent satisfaction rating. This truly is my path. Can you see how powerful it is to feature a before and after testimonial like this? What you don't want in a testimonial is to have someone say something vague, such as, Marisa is awesome. I enjoyed working with Marisa. I loved Experience Product Masterclass. Since that doesn't really say anything, it doesn't convey a specific result. Here's another example of a much shorter testimonial from my client Matthew Turton that shares a specific result with a little bit of context at the front to create that before and after feel. We are an established company working one-on-one with clients for 20 years. I'd never found an effective way to run group programs while maintaining quality, so I'd given up on the idea. I started mentoring with Marisa, and she kept asking questions, making recommendations, and refining the idea until I had an effective program. It launched 6 months ago and has already made $20,000 and is on track to add an additional $60,000 in new revenue in 2016. So pause the video and use the questions in your workbook to brainstorm where you can demonstrate the most amount of results-based credibility in your own life and, if possible, the lives of your customers, clients, and students as well. Okay, welcome back. In addition to demonstrating the more traditional results-based credibility, I recommend featuring 1 to 2 more types of credibility from the additional 4 types I'm about to share with you: relationships, personal qualities, physical attributes, and lifestyle choices. These other 4 types of credibility are not commonly discussed, so you may have overlooked these things in the past. You may not have fully realized the power and significance of the things you've done, felt, achieved, received, and overcome in your life, or the power and significance of who you are and how you show up. I haven't heard many people talk about these other types of credibility, so I really wanted to share these with you so you can see just how much credibility you already have and bring that into your experience product marketing campaign in our fourth module. The next of our 5 types of credibility is relationships. This could be personal relationships, such as having an amazing marriage or strong connections with your family, which are powerful if you have an experienced product that helps people with their marriage or family relationships. Or these could be professional relationships, like having a rock star client list or getting endorsements from celebrities in your field, or even relationships with your team or community. Humans are inherently social creatures with a deep need for love and recognition. We're hardwired to use social status as a measure of our success. That's why every troop of monkeys has an alpha male. And it's also why alpha males have higher levels of serotonin running through their systems than monkeys of a lower social status. We're also hardwired to use love and belonging as a way to generate the respect and esteem of others. Let me give you an example of how Max Simon of Big Vision Business talks about himself in a way that provides serious relationship cred. What makes Max so unique is his special blend of spirituality and business. Born into a family of brilliant leaders, Max has been surrounded by conscious business, wellness, and global impact his entire life. Son of David Simon, MD, best-selling author, speaker, and physician of the Chopra Center, Max began learning about the mind-body connection at the ripe age of 4 when he received his first meditation technique. After building Deepak Chopra's product division into a multi-million-dollar empire and becoming the lead educator for the Chopra Center at the young age of 24, Max left to lead his own movement of supporting people to create a thriving business that's on purpose, in service, and highly profitable. Recognizing his unique approach to business, Martha Stewart awarded Max to be the next big idea in Body and Soul magazine. So Max has brilliantly combined relationships with results in this segment of his bio. While he does get some natural credibility from his pedigree as a son of David Simon, Deepak Chopra's business partner, and all the inside relationships he's had access to based on that, he also shows how he's achieved success in his own right through his awards and accomplishments. So if relationship credibility supports your experience product, your mega niche, pause the video for a moment now to brainstorm a few relationship-based credibility points from your life. Moving on, the third of our 5 types of credibility are personal qualities. Your personality, your values, how you show up in the world, and how you make others feel. This is most often demonstrated not by what you say, but by how you say it, your feeling tone, the energy you transmit through your products and marketing, or what people say about who you are through their testimonials and endorsements, or even who you admire most or your favorite guilty pleasure TV show. If you're in the spiritual growth or personal development industries, personal qualities should be at the top of your list because you mirror with your energy and presence who your audience wants to be. If you're in the corporate or business opportunity space, personal qualities are still important drivers, but they're usually not as important as results, with some notable exceptions. Here's an amazing example of how business trainer Marie Forleo has skillfully demonstrated her personal qualities by comparing herself to other leaders. If you followed the work of Marie Forleo, you probably know that she really does differentiate herself in her videos with her personality and her sense of humor. So here goes. I often say if Tony Robbins, Richard Branson, Oprah, and Jay-Z had a love child, it would be me. Oprah had me on her Emmy Award-winning TV show Super Bowl Sunday. That's because I'm part business strategist, part marketing maven, and part spiritual ass kicker with a side of hip-hop swagger. A born and raised Jersey girl with nothing more than passion, a laptop, and a dream, I've created a multi-million-dollar socially conscious empire from scratch. Through a best-selling book in 13 languages, 190,000 subscribers in 191 countries around the world, 4 top-selling fitness DVDs, and a weekly online show called Marie TV that'll make you laugh so hard you'll snort your soy latte. I help people dream big and back it up with daily actions to create measurable results. Her description is full of personality, right? There are a few more things that I want you to notice about this example from Marie Forleo. She has mastered her hip and funny, yet conscious feeling tone super well, and she seeds this description with fun phrases that convey who she is and what she stands for. Phrases like love child, spiritual ass kicker, hip-hop swagger, soy latte. She also writes her bio in the first person, making it seem more personal and engaging, and she constantly brings it back to her audience and what they want. If you can build credibility for your experience product through your personal qualities, pause the video for a moment now to brainstorm a few personal credibility points from your life. Moving on to our 4th type of credibility, physical attributes. This can include being trim and ripped, having the appearance of youth, a unique sense of style, or even hair and makeup. If you're in the fashion, beauty, or health industry, how you look from your physical appearance to your sense of vitality signals your success and credibility. Chances are that no one is going to take exercise advice from someone who needs to lose weight themselves. And they're not going to buy anti-aging supplements from someone who has more wrinkles than my 101-year-old grandma. That said, you can go too far with demonstrating your physical attributes and make people feel like what you have is unattainable. So before and after photos or descriptions can really help to make your promise more relatable by showing them that you weren't always as svelte or gorgeous as you are now. So even though my physical attributes don't necessarily support my products, I use my height almost as a form of reverse credibility. At 4'11.25", Maurice is known as the shortest woman in marketing, but that doesn't stop her from having huge ideas. Her no-nonsense approach has earned her a reputation as a result-getter for leading-edge clients such as Justin Livingston, Callan Rush, Bill Barron, Sage Levine, Danny Eny, Alexis Neely, Josh Turner, and Susan Pierce Thompson. Now, in this particular example, I'm using my height not because it matters to my business, but because it makes people laugh and makes me more relatable. It also softens the bravado of the next sentence by making it seem tongue-in-cheek rather than boastful. If I led with claiming big results for big clients, it wouldn't be as impactful as this more relatable David and Goliath approach. As messaging expert Joel Roberts says, credibility is a combination of your expertise and your humanity. And I'm clearly incorporating both expertise and humanity in this statement. If your physical attributes are a powerful credibility booster for your experience product, pause the video for a moment now to brainstorm a few physical attribute credibility points. Finally, we've got the last of our 5 types of credibility, lifestyle choices. Your lifestyle choices reveal a lot about your values and beliefs, as well as your accomplishments. This could include quirky hobbies or interests, or things like owning houses in 3 countries, implementing a 4-hour work week, taking monthly vacations, or yearly volunteer trips where you make some corner of the world a better place. Here's an amazing example from Alexandra Franzen, where she turns what she does, copywriting, into a lifestyle choice in a way that transforms her product from a specialized craft into an essential skill for anyone doing business in today's world. In your lifetime, you will tap out 7 million words via text message, blast out 2 million words via email, speak 370 million words out loud. Your work-related correspondence alone will fill 40 to 50 novels. I know. Whoa. Whether you like it or not, you are a professional writer. You are a communication specialist. You are a public speaker. We all are. So if working with words is going to sit at the center of your world, you might as well learn how to love it and do it well. Hi, I'm Alexandra Franzen. I'm a positivity-charged blogger, author, and writing teacher. The first thing I ever wrote was my own name, followed quite possibly by Wants a Pony. Notice how Alexandra makes a case for why what she does matters, why what she does is a way of life, before she even talks about herself. If your lifestyle choices give credibility to your experience product, pause the video for a moment now to brainstorm a few lifestyle attribute credibility points. Can you see how easy it is to find 2 to 3 types of credibility that demonstrate your gifts and expertise and support the sale of your experience product? Remember that credibility is a combination of your expertise and your humanity. Both your product origin story and these 5 types of credibility are designed to build credibility with your audience by showing both your expertise and your humanity, so you can speak to both your customer's head and their heart. People want to be able to relate to you both as an expert and as a human being. That's why this is such a critical part of nailing your offer. This helps turn I don't know into I'm in by letting your prospects know that you're the real deal, not just by providing results, but by showing who you are and what you stand for. For now, simply identify your 2 to 3 biggest credibility points and craft a sentence around each credibility point that demonstrates both your expertise and your humanity. You're going to be able to use these sentences in emails, social media posts, sales pages, and a whole lot more, so they're super handy to have. In the next 2 trainings, we're going to jump back up to the top of our 5-step product sales sequence and focus on your product name, and then in the next video, your visual branding. So stay tuned for the art of naming, how to craft your blockbuster product name.